the hood with it. Welcome back to the Collected Clips, where you already know we get it in, right? But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support I'm getting. Thank you guys so much. We're going up, and it's because of you. Yes, you see my traditional Mexican blanket as a curtain. That's ghetto, but that's real, right? So I wanted to talk about this breaking news that happened. You know, I already did my Danny Masterson video this morning, and I'm trying to stray away from the context of the content, right? I'm trying to get away from his bullshit. Let him sit down, do what he does, get rape people. I don't know what he does, right? But I'm trying to get a fuck away from it. You know, it ain't cool. It ain't cool speaking on this guy anymore, and it's boring, right? I got so many other videos I wanted to bring you, but I couldn't pass this one up because this is a matter of difference of opinion when it comes to the TMZ. Now, TMZ is pretty much on their shit, on their news. They've been doing it for years. They break the news, right? But when this incident happened with Danny Masterson, this alleged incident, this assault by the Brothers by Choice prison gang, that was supposed to have happened at Corcoran Prison. There's been a lot of different content creators with mixed emotions, mixed stories. People saying that he was physically assaulted and hurt very bad. And of course, I spoke to someone who was actually there on the yard when it happened. And they told me exactly what went down, and I brought it to you guys. As far as a vicious, violent assault, that never took place. It was more so people trying to run up and get at him. One guy did grab him by the hair, is what I'm being told. And 3 guys were escorted to Ad Seg, and then Danny Masterson was escorted to medical. I've already spoken on it. Now, TMZ is reporting, right, that this incident never took place. Not that particular incident, but he was never assaulted. Now, I'm sure they have the money to pay out to get to wherever they need to get to find out exactly, you know, what went down with this character. You know, I guess he's that serious. He's serious enough for all the content creators on YouTube to be making videos about, and also for TMZ to be doing their proper investigation on. Now, usually when TMZ says it, fill it up with unleaded, right? You'll get a half a tank. It's usually good and you can roll with that. But in this situation, I talked to someone who was actually there, a correctional officer, who told me, you know, an incident did take place. Now, as far as what I was hearing in the beginning of a violent assault, I beg to differ on that right from the gate. But I know it was brought to us by JD Delay, Jumpsuit Pablo, several other content creators that had the inside to this, you know, and their word's pretty credible. As far as, I don't know about Jumpsuit Pablo, I don't really know that guy too much, or where he dwells from, what lab he's in 24/7. But I know when it comes to JD Delay, you could take his shit to the bank, man. He's pretty much locked in, and if he brings you something, he does his homework on it. You know, he's someone who's really been around, and to be totally honest with you, man, verified, certified. You know, I've talked to people that actually know him, did time with him. So the stories he tells are absolutely correct, and it's real. And he's the one that brought it to the attention of the internet in the first place, saying that this guy was assaulted in Corcoran. At first, I was kind of like, I don't know if that happened, right? But after talking to whoever I talked to, I figured it out. And there was an incident that did take place. But like I said in my video, man, the move from Danny Masterson from Corcoran to Danny Masterson from Corcoran to CMC East was already in the process. They were already doing that prior to this assault that took place. Now, it depends upon how you want to consider an assault. Now, TMZ is saying it never occurred, period. So no one ever beat him up. And I told you guys, no one did ever beat him up. There was no punches thrown, no jiu-jitsu kicks, no offense, defense, no nothing. Just a few individuals that took their opportunity, their shot to run up on him and handle business. But of course, that was quickly avoided because of the close proximity of the COs. And one guy, like I said, did get his hand on his hair, did the little pullback shit, and, you know, over the top. That was it. They slammed him. And that's usually how it goes down. Now, in a vicious assault case, I figured that would be on TMZ right off the top. They usually cover, when it comes to celebrities, pretty much everything a celebrity's doing, all the way from wiping their ass or not wiping, right? They got it covered. You know, they're willing to shell out and pay the money. As content creators, we can only do so much and talk to the people that we talk to. We get the inside information. We have to try to cross-check, cross-reference, and verify it. And again, man, that's why I say these stories that I tell, albeit they are real and they're actual factual events that have happened with me or around me, sometimes in situations like an investigation of, say, this celebrity, Danny Masterson, this rape person, you know, everything is not going to be what you think it is. You know, we do the best, and to the best of our capabilities, we bring you the best news we can. Now, of course, I'm not justifying nothing and saying I was wrong, because I know I was absolutely correct in this situation. Again, I said from the gate, man, he wasn't assaulted per se. It was just an attack that was attempted, but it was thwarted. You know, is that how you say it? Thwarted off? I don't know how you say it. I know there's a T involved somewhere. It was warded off by the fucking, the COs. I know what I'm saying. I'm just bullshitting. Anyways, so as far as TMZ reporting that he wasn't attacked, well, let's get down to the bottom of that. You know, TMZ, I'm sure their credibility stands for itself. Pretty much if they say it, that's what happened. Now, as far as people so vested and interested in seeing this man attacked, I could understand. I could understand with all the celebrity and all the limelight that he's getting, especially with the YouTube content creators such as myself and others, keeping you guys updated periodically or daily onto his whereabouts and what's going on with him. You would think that they'd be on it too. They see a gold mine when their gold mine is there. So I would think that TMZ would have been more on it and released this information the day of. Usually they're on it and they're the ones breaking the news to us. But as you can see, TMZ was a little bit, they dropped the ball on this one. No disrespect to TMZ again. I respect their platform, respect their news, because like I said, almost 99.9% of it is one hundo. It's off the top, off the chain. But in this one, this fucking alleged attack happened over 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago. So they kind of dropped the ball on this one, you know. When it comes to something that happens within the CDCR, the prison system, there's so many attacks and so many assaults that take place daily that we never hear about. They're not newsworthy. They don't make the front page. They don't hit the news. None of that, right? There's been so many, shit, if that was the case, I'd be a celebrity by now. There were so many incidences I was involved in, whether it be removals, pegadas, whatever, that never got broadcasted to the masses, right? I guess because I got no money and I'm broke and I'm Mexican, right? We can go that route. But either way, you know, I understand Danny Masterson's in a different boat. He's in the rainbow boat, right? He's not on the banana boat like me and Tony was, right? He's on the rainbow boat. And that's that's Fantasy Island. That's where he's headed to, on the love boat, right? Now, I believe TMZ kind of dropped the ball on this one, and it's hard to believe what I'm hearing because the person I spoke to is pretty reputable. Someone that I've spoken to in the past whose all his credibility is not shot. It's always been 100. And again, like when this was first put out there, I think JD Delay and Jumpsuit Pablo, they put it out there that he was assaulted. I immediately did a video on it and said, was he or was he not? Not testing the credibility of those men, but I had to figure out and do my own homework for my own platform. And I did. And in the beginning, man, I was told, hey, I wasn't aware of anything that took place. So I got at somebody else who told me, yes, there was an attempted assault, but nah, nothing really came of it. Just a little hair pulling and some other shenanigans. And so that was it. That's simply put. Now, as far as what TMZ is reporting, that nothing ever was taking place or took place, I could understand the situation too, because they're all about facts and they're all about putting it out there 10-5 a key, pura, right? So again, let me double down and say that something did occur. Okay, that's a fact. As far as hands getting put on Danny Masterson and him getting smacked up, sliced, cut, things that you would hear about in prison, that absolutely never happened. He didn't get stomped out. Now I'm hearing, of course, that the individuals who did this were the brothers by choice. But again, it's all alleged. You know, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus and say that these guys are the guys who actually factually did it. It's just being alleged. Now, there's going to be a lot of individuals that if they given a chance would take the opportunity. We know now that will never be the case because Danny Masterson is comfortable where he's at and he's playing fucking pinochle and cribbage with some old dude fucking screaming for pills. And that's just what it is. So I don't want to sit here and slander TMZ whatsoever at all and say that they're wrong. But I believe that if something did happen, you know, and they knew it did or didn't happen, wouldn't they have released the news sooner? Now, you guys also got to remember, there's some pretty powerful, rich people behind Danny Masterson. I know a lot of people like to believe that the group Scientology, the cult or religion or whatever you want to call them, have distanced themselves from him. And of course, they have to save face for their church and for their followers, for their people who are elite people. So they're going to have to do that. You know, they have to double down and stand hard on that in their beliefs. And basically someone who's brought some uncharacteristic, unsavory accusations towards their church, they're going to have to distance themselves from him. You know, so they did that publicly. Now, that doesn't mean that still behind the scenes, they're not supportive. There's a lot of individuals, that powerful people he's met along the way that truly, I believe, support Danny Masterson, you know, that don't believe what he was alleged to have done, but don't believe what he was convicted of ultimately. Let's stop saying alleged to have done, because he's convicted of it. He's a convicted rapist. No matter how you want to slice it, dice it, cut it, put it in the ninja and blend it, it doesn't matter. The Vaato's fucking locked up for rape. He's got a hard R on his jacket, a very vicious hard R, right? And for that, everybody wants to see him one time for his mind. Now, of course, they put him somewhere comfortable in Fort Knox like a motherfucking golden egg right there, and the goose will have his gander, and that's it. But as far as getting to him, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, unless one of those old men gets mad and decides to fucking grab him by his hair and fucking do the slappage on him. It's probably not going to happen. So my only question is with these rich, powerful people behind him, don't you think that it would be quite feasible for someone to get at TMZ and say, this is the spin you're going to put on it? Now, I don't know TMZ to be that way. You know, pretty much they're their own independent entity. What they do, the news that they report, man, they're pretty good at it. Like I said, they've been flawless in their victory, the way they do things. Now, as far as content creators here on YouTube, it's all hearsay, okay? Unless you're telling one of your stories, unless you're telling an actual factual event that happened to you, something you witnessed with your own eyes, or show the footage of it, we're truly never gonna know. It's all gonna be hearsay, okay? People are gonna listen to what they listen to for the entertainment value in it, for the way the motherfucker spits the knowledge that you can't get in college, and for the latest updates that we are able to provide. Believe, you see where I'm at by the computer screen. That means I'm working behind the scenes to facilitate the best content I can, and absolutely at all times do my homework on it, because I don't want to be looking like a fucking poop butt, you know, with my thumb in my butt. That's Danny's job, or Wes Watson's, depending on who you like. Tap into the new Wes Watson video. He's fucking screaming, spitting, and putting his thumb in his ass. There you go. There, I gave him a shameless plug. So anyways, when it comes to TMZ, they have reported this morning, and I know 23andOne, that channel, a good channel, Josh, I believe is his name, reported on it this morning as well, that TMZ is denying that an assault took place. Again, like I said, with these rich, powerful people behind this group and behind Danny Masterson, any narrative can be spoken on or written, okay? Now, as far as what JD Delay said, what I have said, and others, I'm going to stand by that and double down on it, because I truly believe in JD Delay's doing his homework and the shit he puts out. And I know I stand behind mine firm, 10 toes down. And I'll tell you right now, I did talk to a CEO who told me that an attempted assault took place, just like I reported, man, from the gate and from the get-go. Now, I know when it comes to assault, we automatically think stabbings, maimings, you know, someone getting fucked in their cell, things of that nature. I'm uncut. I'm raw here. So cover your kids' earlobes with earmuffs, right? Because that's just the way I get down. And I'll tell you this, true story, right? You know, when I first heard, I could see it happening, but I was pretty skeptical. Like, I don't know, man, that sounds too good to be true. But then when I did the proper intel, I could tell you that, like I said, someone did attempt to run up on him. Now, as far as what TMZ is putting out there, I think maybe they got their shit crossed up a little bit, because you would think that if something happened the day of, like I said, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but they would have said something on it. They would have fucking killed the fucking rumor or not. Now, a week and a half later, it's coming out reported that he wasn't actually assaulted. Nothing ever took place. CDC is going to let you know what they want to let you know for safety and security purposes. Okay, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. And if you ask the cop, hey, what happened on A-Yard? He's going to be like, didn't shit happen on A-Yard. And I heard the homies got off. Because it's safety and security concerns. They're not able or allowed to tell everybody's business. Okay? There's a reason why prison is kept private for a reason. You know, if someone finds out that an assault or something happened over here in Ironwood Prison, then people could get off in Lancaster. If they hear that it happened in Donovan, then people can get off in Salinas Valley. If it happened in Salinas Valley, they can get off in High Desert. That's how it goes, right? So they try to keep things undercover, but of course the way the prisons work now with cell phones, tablets that they're being given freely, these type of things, communication is easy to facilitate. And so now people could find out across state, hey bro, guess what? It happened B-Yard right now, it went down. Sergio, bam, yeah, we kicked it off with the blacks, boom, and then they get off, right? For whatever reason. So, I mean, as far as TMZ, I'm not calling them wrong, but I'm saying something, and this is a fact, did take place. And of course, I believe the powers that may be, the rich, powerful powers behind Danny Masterson, were able to get in the earlobes of some people and quite possibly do some misdirection. You know, again, man, You know, I was even skeptical that he was transferred to CMC East. I believe myself and Dubs, make sure you tap into Dubs' channel, man, also was skeptical about him even being transferred. I thought maybe they fucking overnighted him to the PHU, Protective Housing Unit, right there, and just put there on the website that he was at CMC East. Again, I talked to someone at CMC East, and I could tell you confirmed, man, that he does have a celly. I did the video yesterday, and he's on that yard. So that's a fact. So I guess I was wrong in that instant, right? But that was just my way of thinking, because I know how the CDCR works. You got to understand, I did a long time in the California Department of Corrections. I know everything you see on the surface and what it's cracked up to be behind the scenes. There's a lot of moving and shaking that goes on. Most everything that goes on, though, is stamped by Sacramento, the capital city, before anything could take place. That's why I was also skeptical of this move until I learned that it was already, you know, in fucking motion. So anyways, as far as TMZ goes, man, my utmost respect to what they're reporting. But I heard a little bit of a different story. As far as him getting beat up, tripped, landing on a dick or anything like that, no, that didn't happen. But he was ran up on. That's 100% fact, man. I'm going to stand by the credibility of the person that told me that. And that's just the way I have to rock. So with that being said, there's my rebuttal on that. Again, my utmost respects to JD Delay, Jumpsuit Pablo, Dubs, TMZ, all these different entities that have been reporting the nonsense and the bullshit on fucking Danny Masterson. And again, man, as a consumer of the product that we put out, as someone on the internet that's just watching on YouTube, that's enjoying the content, the creativity of what we produce, I implore to you, gente, real talk, people, do your homework also. If there's something that you see, it seems far-fetched or you don't believe, you know, it ain't hard to get on the internet and rally the troops. But is it really that serious over a fucking baboso like this that rapes women? I don't really think so. You know, again, people say, Gun, why are you constantly putting out content on this guy? I mean, if people want to see it, I'm going to put it out there. If they don't, I won't. I got so many other stories and so much other shit I could be doing rather than fucking dealing with some weirdo fucking raper with curly hair. You understand what I'm saying? Anyways, with that being said, I appreciate all the content creators that are providing information, because I think that's how we kind of work hand in hand together, whether it be over the phone, conversating behind the scenes on IG, TikTok, or whatever, or just watching each other's content and kind of making it our own. Then I appreciate the support, man. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, it's all about that strive to struggle and that struggle to strive. And I'm going to continue on this computer to figure out what I'm saying. Shout out to TMZ for reporting what they reported. But really think about it. When has TMZ ever been on the late freight? Never. I guess there's a first for everything, huh? Inquiring minds want to know. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's providing the best possible content I can while on YouTube. And also, man, to say thank you. I'm very humbled for all the support I'm getting. Now, it's the ball's in your hands. Who do you believe? I believe TMZ. I'm going to be totally honest with you. But I also believe my fellow content creators that say something occurred. Because I'm here to tell you, I talked to the man on the scene, and something righteously did occur. He just didn't fucking slip and land on a banana peel and then fucking, next you know, there's a chorra on his throat. Bang, bang.